Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be returning to Nemesis Lockdown. We are going to take on the stretch goals intruder called the Chytrid. I believe that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, that's how I'm going to pronounce it, and I hope you can bear with me. This is a super cool intruder, and it's something that I haven't seen. That's the neat thing about Nemesis. All the intruders play completely different, and they're really cool. I'm not going to go over a lot of the setup. If you're interested in how the game is set up, please go check out my original Lockdown playthrough. I go through each step of the setup and you can see how it's all done there. As you can see behind you, I've already got the board already ready to go. We're going to be using the original board, not the alternate side of the board, just while we play against this species. After that, I do want to try this game on the alternate side, so be prepared for yet again another playthrough of Nemesis. This is a co-op game, so we'll be using two different survivors, I guess you could say, or workers in this place. If you watch my live painting tutorial videos, you know exactly which two we are going to be using. There are a few special setup rules for this particular intruder, and I am going to go over those. But like I said, I'm not going to do a lot of the other setup that goes along with the game. If you do enjoy the playthrough, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when more Nemesis Lockdown comes out. Also, please feel free to join my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. There you can join and be able to decide who plays in some of the games, what we paint, and also you can help even decide what games we're going to play. If this is your first time here, I welcome you, and if you're excited to see if our characters can survive the Chytrid invasion, then I need you to meet me at the table. The only part of setup that's a little bit different when it comes to the intruder type we are playing against is found here in the laboratory board. As you can see, we still have the 5 eggs. Those are going to be in here, but we have these new counters up here. These are spore counters. These right here are going to be our germinators. Then the last thing we have these myceliums, and then these here are some of the monsters actually going to attack us. These little tokens here really are not going to do anything to our characters, but they are going to influence how fast this place grows and spreads. One of the lose conditions here is if we cannot place one of these condition tokens here, these myceliums, then we will lose the game. This is the queen. It's considered awesome, and the way this works is she's going to have health equal to 1 card drawn when you attack it. It's always that cool thing about drawing an attack card, but you're going to draw her attack card and then add whatever the lowest number is on her little wheel here. So if we had put her on the board and 4 of her these little things here are out on the board, then her health would be 4 plus whatever the number is drawn from there. These, of course, are our stink horns. I probably shouldn't just call them those things. And the last thing we have are these death caps. These are separate from this little track over here. They're their own little thing. We have some help cards that will help us out while we do it. We do get an intruder weakness opened up for the laboratory, but it will not be active until we get at least 3 knowledge, and both of our characters start with 0, as you can see here. So let's take a look at our, the weakness that we have. We have Chytrid deficiency. When you successfully attack a stink horn, draw 2 Chytrid attack cards. I'm probably going to say it 9 different ways, and choose the lower number to check the injury effect. Oh, that's really good. We want to get that weakness discovered because that means it'll be super easy to kill these things off. Of course, if we do kill them off, I believe they return right back there. I'm wrong. Actually, it doesn't go there. It will be gone off to the board. So if we can take all these out, it'll be a lot easier to take out the queen. If you ever have to place one of these and there aren't any on here, you're going to remove all of them from the board and place them all back on top of there. So then they'll be closer to where all our characters are. This is going to be really cool. I'm excited to see how this all plays out. I will tell you, I have never played against this, so this is going to be a first timer for me. I hope we have a good time going against these guys. Next, we have to set up our intruder bag. So we're going to take our Nemesis bag and we're going to take every token they have and stick them in there. There's not a certain amount based on player count or anything. You just put them all in there and they're all set to go when we have to do our bag development phase or if we ever have any type of encounters. When it comes to the room room setup and everything, there isn't any difference between this and any other game except for one room. If we go to the nest, instead of having a bunch of eggs and things like that, well, we'll have the eggs, but we're going to automatically place one of these in the nest if we find it. That's just an auto given. The way these come onto the board, the order of how these operate really is spores, then these are going to be next, the germinators, and then it's going to go myceliums. Those are the order and how these things develop, which is really cool. It's kind of like these are slowly taking over the station. This is going to be really cool and super thematic. Let's move over to our two characters. We have our xenobiologist here. The other character we are going to be playing with is we are going to be playing with the hacker. Our hacker is going to start in the repository with a smart gun, also has his quest item cheat codes, and he has a starting knowledge of 1, and he's very similar to the way the pilot and the android play. We're then going to look at our xenobiologist. She also starts with 1 knowledge in the repository with a probe arm and has the quest item Overmind. She's very similar to the scientist and the psychologist. We are going to remove these cards. We don't need them anymore. That just told us where our characters are going to start and, of course, what they're like and everything. We're going to take our 2 pass cards for our 2 characters and figure out who is going to be going first. Our xenobiologist is going to be player 2. Put that right here, and our hacker will be player 1. We now have to take our cooperative solo objectives here, give them a good old truffle shuffle here, and we're going to see what 2 objectives we have to be able to complete before this base is overrun by these spores. Our xenobiologist is going to have to deal with proving your worth. I'm going to have to send this signal, and the queen must be killed. Well, there is no... Oh, I could kill that queen. Send the signal, and the facility must be destroyed. Oh, wow. Okay, so she's got some interesting ideas. Let's see what our hacker is going to do. Our hacker is going to... Alien Compendium. All intruder weaknesses must be discovered. Oh, wow. That's a tough one. All right. We'll see if we can do those. Those are our 2 objectives. We're going to grab 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a xenobiologist here. And we'll see what we have. We have a search card. We have a visceration card. Discard 1 use from your probe arm. Choose 1 intruder in the room you are in. It suffers 1 injury plus 1 for every 2 knowledge you have. That's going to be amazingly awesome. I get all the way up there. Demolition. Destroy 1 closed door in a corridor connected to a room you're in, or place a malfunction marker in a room you're in. We have Field Expert. Look at all the things we can do. Reduce the item counter by 1 and gain 1 knowledge. Oh my gosh, that's glorious. Then we have Knowledge 4. If I have those, draw 2 event cards, then return 1 of them to the top of the deck and the other to the bottom. That's great. And if we have 6 knowledge, draw 2 intrude attack cards and return 1 of them to the top and the other to the bottom. So that's really cool. Field Expert experience. That's amazing. She has a repairs card, discard a malfunction marker, and back to her search card. She's got some fun cards. And she has this probe arm that I haven't talked about yet. This is her starting weapon here. It takes 1 card to use. It says uses 3. This item cannot be traded or discarded if you are in combat. Discard 1 use and place 1 carcass on this card. Do not place a carcass if 1 is already here. Or discard a tool belt or duct tape to fully restore the uses of this item. That is sweetness. Okay, so that's going to be really good. Oh, it only does 1 damage. Okay, so I might want to try to find another gun for her as well. Because 1 damage, we all know 1 damage doesn't work too well if you saw my last playthrough. Let's go ahead and take a look at our hacker now. Our hacker does get our first player token. We'll place it down right there. We're going to get 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and see what we get here. We have his search card. We have a bypass card. If you're in a room with a computer and the section with power, you may perform any number of actions from the computer action card. Discard the computer action card afterwards, or flip a power token of the section you're in. Oh, that's really good. We have master plan. If you are in a room with a computer, you can use its room action without paying its cost. Good. Check use 2 unexplored room tiles, but do not look at their exploration tokens. All right, that's not bad. We can rest, and we have recharge. Use a section with power to add 2 ammo to an energy weapon. So it doesn't even have to be the one I have. It could be an energy weapon as we go. He does start with this energy weapon, the smart gun. It has 3 ammo. If I roll a blank, it is treated as a hit, so he's always going to hit, which is pretty cool. At least he's always going to hit those, the larva and creeper type enemies, which would be pretty cool. I guess it's just the larva, not the creeper ones. Both of our characters will be starting up in the repository, which allows me to craft weapons or items or anything from that crafting deck easier. You only only have to use one of the two different cards. So if I had like one flame part, I could create a flamethrower without the tool that goes along with it. We have our characters here. We have our hacker. We painted this up during one of my live painting videos. And we also have our xenobiologist right here, ready to go. She is good to take on some of these spore characters here. The last few things we have to do is we do get one of our contingency tokens. We're going to get this contingency token here, kill all who have 4 or less knowledge. That is not going to be one of the things that's going to happen. We're now going to place down all of our energy here. I did not put the batteries down, so we have our 4 things here. We're going to give these a little truffle shuffle here, so I hopefully don't look at too much what's going on here. And we'll start at the top of our board here. We have number 4, so that is going to be lights out. Remember, only 1 and 2 are lit. Section 2 is powered. Section 3 is powered. And our elevator is not powered, which is too bad. But that's okay. Remember, I think our hacker has a card that can help us with this. But in order to use my bypass card, I have to be in a room with a computer, I believe. That's going to be the deal. Or maybe not. If I'm just reading the bottom part, it says flip a power token of the section you are in. I could just do that if I wanted to. That's not bad. Power's always good. I need to get to that backup power supply though, otherwise they're just going to keep turning off all the time. Remember, that token needs to flip in order for us to keep the lights on easier. I don't know how we're going to do this. Let's start moving around here first. Maybe we can try to get down to that area. We're going to use our rest card, because I'm not going to be resting at all, to move. We're going to use that to do a basic move here, and I think we're going to move over into this direction. We'll move down our corridor, flip over our token here, or what you call these tiles, and see what we found. We found the vent control room. We're now going to show our exploration marker, and this is a little bit different with this intruder group. I'm going to be, oh, it's a danger symbol. That's terrible. We're going to be putting on danger. I do get to rotate this to 2. That's at 2. So there's 2 items in here. I am going to put out my noise tokens here. There's going to be 1 in the technical corridors, 1 in 3, 4, and 1 in 2. Also, we're going to look at this number here. It's a 2. With that, we're going to be placing a spore token in the room that is adjacent to me down that particular corridor. We're then going to remove this token. So there is a spore over there next to the elevator, which is not too good. We're going to then, I believe we're going to search. We're going to use our search card to search here. We're going to tick this down to 1, grab a couple items. Hopefully we find something that we can craft, because we can go back to the repository and craft it. We have found duct tape, which allows us to discard a malfunction marker from a room you're in, or you can use it to add 1 heavy item to a heavy item. That'd be pretty good. Then we have a thermite charge. Choose 1 room there, the one you are in or a neighboring one. Place a malfunction marker and a fire marker in the room, so I'm throwing a bomb. All characters and intruders in the chosen room, including you, suffer 1 injury or light wound. Oh, no, that's not too good. I'm going to take the duct tape. That's what we're going to take. That's going to be, we're going to put the other one away, and we're going to move over to our xenobiologist at this time. Let's see what she can do. Our xenobiologist is going to use her repairs card to move. She's going to discard that and move over here where he is. That way she can use this. She's going to use her search card. That's going to give her the ability to tick this down by 1, and hopefully she can find something we can craft with. Let's take a look at what we have found. We have found an emergency access. If you're in an elevator room, call the elevator and use it even though there is no power to the elevator. That is huge. Or a regent. Oh, it's got the fire. I want both of these. Fully load ammo on the flamethrower or knowledge 5. Choose an intruder in the room you're in and you hit retreats. Oh, I kind of want to get this, because then I could get like a flamethrower and that'd be super good for her. Oh, it's such a tough choice. Here's what the flamethrower does. It has 4 ammo, and it starts with 4 ammo. You always deal at least 1 injury except on a blank, and if the combat roll resolves a double, then you place a fire marker in the room you're in instead. Along with, actually, if you put it in there along with still doing the damage. Oh, it's so good. I think we're going to take the routine, but I'd really like to get this, because I could get down the elevator and get to that backup power supply a lot faster this way. Oh, so bad. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this one right here. I think I'm going to do that because when you're playing against this particular species, from what I can tell by their tokens, being in darkness isn't going to matter. I don't know anything about the event deck. It could totally be different when it has to do with whether or not you're in darks or not, but we're going to take this so we can make that flamethrower. I think that's going to be really good. I'm going to have our hacker use his master plan card, and he's just going to move with it. up to the area over here. Now, being in a room with a spore does nothing to the actual character, and I can't attack it or do anything about that spore either. And it's not going to spread because I'm not going to be doing any type of tokens. I'm not going to be flipping any of our exploration tokens, but I do have to roll a noise die because I moved over there. Let's see what we got. We got a 4, so I will be placing noise, of course, right here, which is awesome. It's the way we want to go. Maybe I should have used 2 cards and maybe did a careful action or careful move, but that's okay. I'm going to pass with him at this point, and we're going to move over to our xenobiologist. She's going to use demolition, and she's also going to move right into his space, and then I think she might move down a square and keep on going. Oh no, I lied. She's going back over to make that flame unit. I totally forgot. We're going to move right back over there. I'm going to roll my die. See what we get. We got a 3. That's terrible. I'm not going to make it a flame unit. We're going to have to draw a token from our intruder bag. We'll see what we get, but first we got to remove this noise token. Don't want that there anymore. We're going to draw our token here and see what we find inside of that room. They're just hanging out. Oh, we found one of these guys, and it's got a 2. So it doesn't have any difference in the whether it's light or darkness, as you can tell by the back of this token, but it is going to be one of our stink horns here. We'll look at our card. It says place a stink horn in the room and resolve a surprise attack. Put this token aside. So I'm going to set that token aside, and we're going to put him into this there. That's awesome. I do have 2 cards, so haha, he did not get the jump on me. Bad news is I don't really have anything I can do about it because I don't have a weapon I can attack him with, which is absolutely terrible. And sadly, the craft action is something I cannot do while in combat, and I am now in combat. I could run from this and hope that it moves down a corridor that is not connected to me. That might actually be a better plan, I think. And then I can come back on my next turn. Let's do that. I'm going to use my demolition card to move for my second action. I was going to use it to try to create that weapon, but that's not going to happen. I used 1 action move over here. I'm going to use the second action to move up. So let's see what is waiting for us up here. We have found the guard room, so I can find some military weapons. That's going to be awesome. We'll put that down. Let's see what happens here. I have found, oh, it's a quiet symbol. That's fantastic. So I'm going to place her right here, and I'm going to have to place a spore marker on the one that goes down this way, and there already is a spore marker there. Since there is one there already, I'm going to place a germinator with the 1 symbol. If you notice, these tick down from 1 to 2 to 3. I'm going to place it on the 1 symbol because they have not grown yet. We'll remove this spore counter and place it back in the token area. This is a little bit different now. That can be attacked by us, but it again is still not going to do anything to us. But like I said, we can attack it. Every time you're successfully attack this, you're going to tick it down 1. So if it was on these 3, it would go to 2, then to 1, and then back onto the laboratory board. But we are taking these from the rightmost place on the board, and they're going to slowly go out the door as we continue on here. No, I put the wrong one down. It should be a purple one, not a green one. My fault. You'll see that when we look at the laboratory board here in just a second. Meanwhile, we have to put this at 1. There is 1 item in this room. I do not have to roll for noise because I have a quiet symbol, which is pretty sweet, and that was right time to have something like that happen. She's going to pass for the turn. There's nothing more she's going to do, and we're going to move into our event steps. There are a few things I want to point out real quick. The first one is, notice this one is missing. These are all going to come off from the right. I did also take this from number 7, and if we have to place another one, we'll be going down to 6. These are slowly going to tick down, and like I said in the setup part of the video, when this hits the table, its damage is its health is equal to 1 card plus whatever the lowest number is on here. So if they all are gone, it's only going to get that 1 card and before it is killed. So getting these on the board is actually beneficial to us. We want to try to take down the queen. We'll move into the event steps here. We have launched CSS pods. It's not going to happen. The time tracker is now going to go down to 14. We're going to remove noise in corridors that have light. I just realized why it would be good to have power in our station. That was terrible because I could have gotten rid of all the noise most likely. We have intruder attacks. There aren't those. Fire damage, there's nothing there. We're going to resolve an event, and the intruder bag development will take place. We'll move our time track down. Now, this is inactive. We weren't able to get to the backup power supply, so we're going to pass one of the threshold markers, meaning we have to turn our number 2 token to inactive now because we've crossed one of the thresholds. It's super fast to get rid of power, or I shouldn't say get rid of power, but the power goes off so much faster when you don't have somebody in that isolation room that can get to that backup power generator supply almost immediately. It's really tough. We'll place that. That's done. We're moving into the event step now. We'll draw our card and see what we have. We have Creeping Death. Place a Stinkhorn and a Spore marker in each room with a character and a technical corridor entrance. Oh my gosh, that's out of control. Then these are all going to move down 4 is what's going to happen. So we're going to move our Stinkhorns down 4. Then our green germinators are going to get more powerful. So if we had any of these greens on there, they would then become a 2, then potentially a 3 as more of these came out. But we don't have any green ones. We only have that one purple one. So we're going to move our Stinkhorn down 4. Then we're going to place a Stinkhorn and a Spore marker in each room with a character and a technical corridor entrance, which is sadly going to be our poor xenobiologist. So good news, this guy moves over here. Bad news, I'm going to get a Spore token up here along with our second Stinkhorn on the board right there. And again, no way to actually do anything about it. Since I'm placing a Stinkhorn, it is not going to be doing any type of surprise attack. It was not part of the encounter phase. We do have 2 cards with our hacker. I did not discard any, so we're going to take 3 more cards here and see what we got. We've got his search card. We've got a It Works For Me. Discard a malfunction marker in the room you're in. If you're in a room with a computer and in a section with power, you may use a computer action. That's pretty good. And his interruption card. So those are his 5 cards. And we're going to pass this over to our xenobiologist. She has 1 card, so she's going to get 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what she is able to get in her hand. She has another search card. Rushed Analysis. Scan all contamination cards in your hand and remove all uninfected cards. If you removed at least 1 card this way, you gain 1 knowledge. If any of the cards were infected, follow the infection procedure. Yuck. Pheromone, discard an egg or carcass after an intruder attack. To ignore that attack, all characters in the room you are in, including yourself, gain a slime marker. Knowledge 6. Instead of ignoring this attack, you may choose another character in the room you are in and to become the target of this attack. Interesting. Enter interruption card, and that is it. Our xenobiologist wants to go back and craft that flamethrower really, really badly. There is one thing I have to do before we continue on. When I moved out of this room, I forgot to take the attack from our Stinkhorn here. He should have attacked me as I fled from him. So we're going to draw our card and see what he did. It's just going to be the queen. It doesn't actually do anything, so that actually worked out really well. All right, now we're going to see what we can do up here. I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use a probe arm. We are going to do this. It says if you're in combat, discard 1 use and place a carcass on this card. Do not place a carcass if 1 is already present. Remember, we want to try to get all those weaknesses discovered. So if I can get this carcass over to the laboratory or something, we can then find these other weaknesses, and that will help get us our objective for the hacker. So we're going to use this 1 token here, and we're going to gain a carcass. And we'll place this right on top of her probe arm card. That's her first action. It doesn't cost a card to do that, so I'm going to use my Rushed Analysis to do that, because it does have a card symbol. Then I'm going to use I think we're going to use our search card. We're going to use our interruption card. What am I talking about? We're using our interruption card, and we're going to move. I don't have, again, any way to really take this guy down, so we're going to move back to the repository. I am going to take an attack from that Stinkhorn. Let's see what he did. Oh, that stinker did get me. He scratched me. The character suffers a light wound and gets 1 contamination card. That's going to be okay. I'll place our contamination card into our discard pile, and we will gain a light wound. Those were her 2 actions. We'll move over to our hacker. But before I do, I need to roll noise over in this area. Let's see what I got. 1. I'll place a noise token in 1. That's a great place for it. I don't have to worry about it. Right here in that corridor. I sadly think the only thing he can do is try to get to that backup power supply. We're going to use our interruption card to run down this corridor here, meaning I'm going to have to roll noise, which is probably not going to be very good because there could be a 50-50 chance here. Yay, okay, let's see what happens. He's going to find something. But that's okay. He's got a gun that can actually deal with these things. So we'll draw our token out of this bag and see what is waiting for us in the stairwells there, or that little area there. Another one of these adults. It has a 3. He's got way more than 3 cards. He's got 4 cards, so we're totally fine. I'll place our next Stinkhorn right here in this room, and that's totally fine. He's going to use a next action. He's going to try to destroy this thing, which is going to be awesome. I'm going to use my search card to take an attack action against this thing. So we're going to use one of our weapons, one of our ammo, from our smart gun. We're going to take our die. Now, I'm not in the light, which again, now I understand why it would be good to have the lights on. I get to roll a better die. We'll see what we do here. We got a creeper symbol. That is not enough to hit him. He only gets hit on the adult symbol or any of the actual little symbols that mean damage. So that's it for him. Those are his 2 actions. We'll move back to the xenobiologist. At this point, she is going to do the craft item action. She is going to use her, I think she'll use her search card to do it. We're going to use the search card and grab that flamethrower, which will be sweet. I'm going to put it right here in my left hand. It's cool because this can actually hold the carcass token for me. So with that flamethrower, I'm going to give it 4 ammo so that she can hold her own against some of these monsters out here. At this point, I'm going to have her pass, and we're going to move back over the hacker. He's got 2 more ammo. He's going to try to take this guy out. I'm going to use my recharge, and I'm going to keep my recharge. I'm going to use these 2 cards to fire my gun. If I only need to use 1, then I will keep our bypass cards. The first one we're going to fire with is this one. Then if that doesn't kill him, we're going to go with the second one like that. We're going to use both of our ammo to try to take this guy out. I really needed him to take him out, or at least get him to move. Let's see how he does. He missed again. He missed again. We're going to roll again. That's my second attack. Let's see how this goes. Wow, he is a terrible, terrible, terrible shot. Can you believe it? He missed 3 times. The best part is, that's the only way he could miss. This is considered a hit with that energy gun he's got. So the only way he can miss is with these 2 symbols, the 2 creeper symbols. That's out of control. So he missed absolutely both times. That's it. We're going to move over to our event phase now. We'll move our time track up to 13, and because we're crossing it again, another threshold, R1 is now also off as well. There's no power at all. This sounds very similar to last time, but hopefully we can try to get some of this power back up and running, because the bad guys are actually at the top part and not the bottom part. But we'll see how it goes. We didn't have to launch any of those pods. I've done the mode tracker. I have no noise to remove. I don't know if we're going to get to that. I do have to be attacked by the intruder. That means our good friend, the hacker here, is going to have to draw a card and see what happens to him. He got scratched again. So he's going to suffer a light wound and gain a contamination card. Both my guys got scratched by these evil, evil creatures. We'll place our contamination card in the discard pile, and we'll give ourselves a light wound. There is no fire damage or anything we have to worry about, so we're just going to draw our next event card and see what happens. It looks like the queen? No, it's not the queen. It's these guys. These guys are going to be moving around, but there's none on the board, so I don't have to worry about that. Our purple one is going to tick up. It's going to go from 1 to 2, if I can find the 2. There it is, right there. If that ever gets to 3, we'll be placing our first mycelium down. It says here now, blooming. If the nest is explored and the queen is not in combat, place it in the nest. Place a Stinkhorn in each room with a character neighboring the nest. If the nest is not explored, place a spore marker in each unexplored room neighboring a room with a character. Oh, that's kind of cool. We got lucky. After looking at the board, there isn't any unexplored rooms, so I'm not going to be placing any spore markers down, at least adjacent to any of our characters. We'll go ahead now to the intruder bag development. Let's see what we can get out of this thing. I'm going to guess it has to do with us rolling noise. Let's draw a token and see what we get. There's a bunch in here. How come I can't grab one? Come on, do this one right here. There we go. And we got another adult, so we're just going to throw that in there. And according to our intruder bag development, we're going to return this token to the bag, and we are going to perform noise rolls in order, starting with the xenobiologist. Our xenobiologist is going to roll it up. She got a 2. We'll place a noise marker right there. Then we'll move over to our hacker. He's going to roll it up. He got a 1, which is exactly the way we're going again. We'll put it right there. That's the end of the event phase. We're going to go get some more cards for our characters now. Our biologist has 2 cards. She's going to draw 2 more. We get 1 right here, and we're going to have to give our deck a good old truffle shuffle here so we can get some good cards into this deck here. We'll take that one, why not? And then 1 more here. So we have a total of 5. We have our light wound. Let's see what 3 cards we get. We have gotten our workspace plan. If you're in a white or green room, use the room action without paying its cost. That's pretty good. Check any unexplored room tiles, but do not look at the exploration tokens. This might be kind of good, because right now I'm kind of looking for that laboratory. Field experience, and we have rushed analysis. Those are our cards for the xenobiologist. I'm going to move this over to our hacker. and then he will draw 4 more cards. We're going to keep that one because we got to put some ammo in our gun because we just shot 3 times and we failed. We missed all 3 times. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4 new cards. He has his demolitions card where I can destroy a door or put a malfunction. I have a neural link. If you're in a room with a computer and in a section with power, use a computer action. Or if you're in a room with a computer and in a section without power, use a computer action. Interesting. We have our search and we have interruption, and then we have our other card as well. Since shooting at our intruder up here worked oh so well, we're going to move away from him, hopefully not get too hurt as we do. I'm going to spend an interruption card to move down there, and then I have to get attacked. Let's see what happens. We got scratched again. Wow, look at all these scratches. That's 3 scratches in a row. I'm going to take a light wound and a contamination card. We'll place this into our discard pile, and we will now roll for noise as we moved away from that creature. Let's see what we find. We got the danger symbol. Well, that's kind of good and kind of bad. Good, I didn't trigger this one too, but bad because I have to put stuff all over the place. We are going to continue moving forward. I want to try to get down to that first level. Again, we will now play our demolition card, I think, in order to move so we can get closer to down here, and we're almost to that backup power generator. Of course, I do have to roll my noise die and see where the noise spawns. It spawns in 4, which is right behind me, so I'm going to pull this one, and I'm going to pull the one from the technical corridors. I may have forgotten to pull a technical corridors one earlier, but that's okay. We're going to grab an event here, or not an event, sorry. We're going to grab one of the tokens from our token bag and see what befalls our poor hacker who is slowly getting scratched to death by these, what is it, the stink horns or whatever. We have found, oh no, look at this. We have found a different type of enemy. We have found a death cap. He is right here. Oh my gosh, this guy's going to be bad news city. He's going to go right there with our character, and he's got a surprise value of 3. Surprise value of 3, I think we're okay. I do have 3 cards, so we're doing fine. I did not get surprise attacked by him, which is good. Oh, I can't place this guy here, and I'll explain why. According to the way the rules for our death cap work, if we look at our encounter card here, it says, if you are in a room with a Germinator or a Mycelium, place a death cap there and resolve a surprise attack. Put this token aside. If not, place a Germinator there and a noise marker in each corridor connecting to the room in which this encounter took place. Put this token aside. So we are still going to place this token aside, but I'm going to be putting a Germinator there instead of one of these death caps because I don't have a Mycelium or a Germinator there to begin with. I then have to place noise in all the locations around it. So I'm going to put 1, 4, and I'll put 1 in the technical corridors as well. We're moving down to the xenobiologist this time. She's doing pretty good. Now she's got a flamethrower. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to use my pheromones card, and I'm going to use it to move over this way into the stairwell. I'm going to have to roll for noise. Now, I could be carefully moving, and that way I can be placing the markers if I want to, but I think it's okay if we spawn some of these guys. I'm not too worried about it, but we didn't. We got a noise marker in 4, so that was one of the only places we didn't have noise right now, which worked out pretty good. Let's continue moving into the next room. Using our rushed analysis, we'll be able to get us into this room down here. Let's see what we have found. We found the laboratory. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is perfect. Which did we find here? Oh, but it's broken. But it does have 3 items, and we're going to be placing a spore token right down the corridor for 3. So we're placing a spore token right over here in that unexplored room, and we're going to be placing a malfunction marker in the laboratory itself. She's going to be moving in there. We'll roll up our noise dice, see what we happen to find. 1, there is going to be noise down in this area right down here. It's a little bit off camera, but the corridor down here is the 1 corridor. She found the laboratory, and we have a carcass with us. The problem is broken. I got to fix it. I got to try to fix it. Our hacker will use his search card to move. I want to keep on moving with him. Move right down to here. So we made it all the way to the first level, which is good. Bad news is it took us a while to get there, and we need to get I really want to get that backup power generator and get it functioning. We'll roll for noise now and sees what befalls our hero here. You got a 4, that's totally fine. No, it's not fine, that's the way I want to go. It's always the way I want to go. That's okay. We're going to move, I think he's going to pass at this point. We'll move to the xenobiologist, who probably was going to pass as well. Before she passes, she is going to use field experience. She's going to reduce the item counter by 1 and gain 1 knowledge. So there is only 2 items left in the laboratory. She'll gain 1 knowledge, moving that up to a 2. If you notice here, each one of these tokens has this little indentation here. There is a room out there called the archives that you can use, and you'll be able to flip your token and gain 2 knowledge. So you can only use it once, which is why they have the flip ability on these tokens. Remember if you've used the archives or not. She's on 2. We need to get her to 3 so she can use this. That'd be awesome. But we are going to be able to probably analyze that carcass pretty soon, which will give us the ability to take advantage of this because you're going to gain 3 knowledge when you do it. We are going to end our turn. I'm going to move our token up to 12. Now, if you notice, the next threshold is right here. I might want to wait to get that power backup supply going until after I pass that point. Might be a smart thing. There are no effects that are going to take place until we get to the event steps. We'll just draw our next card and see what we have. We have Into Your Lungs. That does not sound good. Let's see what it says here. It says, each character with a spore marker on their character board dies. Oh my gosh, well I don't have a spore card on the board. Place a Germinator in the room. Each character with a slime marker places a spore marker on their character board. Each other character draws 4 cards from their deck and scans all drawn contamination cards. If they have at least 1 infected card, they place a spore marker on their character board, discard all drawn cards. Oh no, that's going to be really, really bad. Plus we're going to have to take advantage of the top part as well. The top part up here, the gray one, means that all Germinators currently on the game board, and Mycelium, but we don't have any out there, are going to be spreading spores through the appropriate corridor. The corridor they're going to spawn through, I believe, is going to be number 2 written on that card right there. If, of course, there was a closed door between that corridor and the next room, you would just destroy the door and not place the spore marker. So we're going to do that. We're also going to tick up our purple one. Our purple one that's at 2 is now going to go up to 3. So we have a 3 Germinator out in section 1. If that one grows again, it'll become one of these Myceliums. Remember, if we have too many of these on the board, we will lose the game. So we don't want to have that happen. But we are going to place down some spore markers now. Down corridor 2 from where our purple one is going to put that one right there. I do also want to mention that there isn't anything having to do with moving any of these creatures here, so we're not going to worry about that. We're just placing spores. This Germinator here would put stuff into the technical corridors. You do not place spores into the technical corridors, so this one is not going to spread its spores. At this point, we will draw 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if any of them are contamination cards, there is. We're going to scan this contamination card and see what befalls our brave hacker here. Is the word infected anywhere on there? I do not. Oh, nope. Infested. So close. So close. Nope, he is not infected. He does not gain a spore marker. We're going to discard all 4 of those cards. Same with our xenobiologist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we did get our contamination card. Let's check it out. See if it is an infected card. It says, it does say infected right down here. Oh, that's terrible. All right, we're going to have to put a spore counter on her card. I don't know how to get rid of those. I think there's probably some cards in here that can. But that's going to be pretty tragic. What is her ability? She has to send the signal and the facility must be destroyed. Oh my gosh. I don't think we're doing it, but we'll give it our best shot. Give it our best shot. Here we go. The next step is our intruder bag development step. We'll reach into here and find a token. We have found, is this the queen or is that another one of those? I think it's another one of the death caps. Let's take a look at what it says here. Return this token to the intruder bag. Place a Germinator in each room neighboring a room with a queen. If the queen is not on the board, the leftmost Germinator on the laboratory board grows by 1 level. The leftmost. So that's going to be this one. This one is going to grow to a 2. Just like that. That's the leftmost one. It goes to a 2. I'll take back my first player token, and one thing I did forget that I'm sure people have noticed is I made the flamethrower. You have to discard the items when you make the flamethrower. You get to keep the item. It'd be really good if you keep the item and make the flamethrower, but I had to use that item to make the flamethrower. So that's why I forgot to remove it from my top board up there. I do get 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I get 1 more card. I get 3 cards. I need to find that repair action. If I don't find the repair action, this laboratory is worthless, and we really need it. So there's our card. Let's see what we have found. We found demolition, destroy, or place. Oh no, I get the place malfunction. That's no good. I found my repairs card. Oh, that's so good. Perfect. Meanwhile, my hacker really needs some help here. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a search and it works for me. Let's flip this over. I'm going to draw 1 more card from our deck here after we give it a good old truffle shuffle. We have also gotten the search card as well. She will spend 1 of her cards here to be able to repair this laboratory. I'm going to use my demolition card as the extra card to pay for my repairs card. So that's going to pay for this. Discard a malfunction marker in the room you're in. I'm going to remove that. That's my first action. After we do that, I'm going to play my workspace plan. It says here, if you're in a white or green room, you can activate it without paying its cost. I'm going to activate the laboratory to be able to analyze one object. Analyzing this object, we'll place it right here, and I get 3 knowledge. 1, 2, 3. That does mean I am able to use this weakness, and when you analyze an object, you get to flip over the next weakness card. We now have the ability, vulnerability to fire. When it suffers an injury from a flamethrower or thermite charge, it suffers an additional injury. This is perfect. She is now the absolute monster. She is a fungus killing machine. Oh, she's going to take out all the fungus. I just need to get an egg back here. You can't use 2 corpse tokens to analyze objects. That's not going to work. The other one I can bring back is a character corpse if I want to. So if our hacker dies, I could use that right here to respond to the next weakness card. But remember, hers is not explore the weaknesses. That's our hackers. She's just helping them out doing it because, of course, hey, we're playing co-op. But it's cool that she now has both of these weaknesses activated. If I can get an egg here, 1, 2, 3, I'll get that next one as well. We'll have all the weaknesses undiscovered, and she'll have the ability to use all those. I just got to find that nest. Moving over to our hacker, I have a plan. It's probably not very good, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to use my search card to move him into the backup power supply here. I have a plan. We'll see if it works. It's a 50-50 chance this plan works. If this thing happens, this plan is for naught. Oh, I got the quiet symbol, and I'm not slime, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm now going to use my search card and my It Works Fine to activate our backup power supply to restore power. At this point, I can choose a couple places to get power, and I get to flip over the token. The first thing I'm going to do is flip this over to the powered side, just like that. We now have our backup power on. Like I said, it is going to cross here, which means I am going to lose power to one of my sections, but that's okay. The next thing I do is I get to rearrange the power in any way I want and power up numbers 1 and 2. I'm going to put 2 up here. So, no, I'm going to put 2 here. I've got a plan. 2 is going to go here, and I'm going to power up number 1. It's going to go right here. That's going to be the plan. He's done with his 2 actions. He's turned on some of the power. That's going to help a ton. And we have, I think we're going to be able to get some weapons back, or ammo back in his weapon next turn. See, now that was my plan. Our xenobiologist, where she is, needs to find the nest. And the good news is there's some level 1 rooms over here. The nest is a level 1 room, but I'm going to pass her turn for now. I want to keep her with the 2 cards in case I have to deal with these noise tokens and she's surprised in some way. If not, she can then, I guess, fry them with her flamethrower. That'll be her plan. The hacker is going to use his recharge. This is what I needed to do. Use in a section with power to add 2 ammo to my energy weapon. That's fantastic. I'll put 2 back onto his smart gun that hasn't been too smart yet. At this point, he will pass his turn. We'll move our turn token over there. That's going to cross one of the thresholds. I'm going to have to take the number with the lowest that is powered and flip it off. Our 2 is now unpowered, but our number 1 is still powered. At this point, I am finally able to take advantage of this bottom part here, noise removal. I get to remove noise from all areas that are powered up that are not adjacent to our characters. So I do not get to remove the noise symbols from over next to the laboratory, but all the ones over here that were part of our hacker moving around, those are gone. I want you to be aware you can never remove noise from a technical corridor, though, even though they are connected sometimes to some of the ones that are powered up. There are no attacks or fire damage or anything like that, so we'll just move right into our event step and see what the next event card is. Consuming fire. Oh, this is going to be good. Again, we're going to place some spore markers down 3. We're going to grow our purple one, and let's see what the card itself says. Set the item counter to 0 in each room with a fire marker. Place a fire marker in each neighboring room with a fire marker. Fire does not spread through closed doors or technical corridors. Oh, that's actually fantastic because we have absolutely no fire on the board right now. The only thing we have to do is grow our purple germinator. The purple germinator will grow into one of these. It's going to grow into an Lycenium, so we have to place that down there. We cannot get rid of these. Remember, that is a lose condition. We're going to spread spores down 3. Right down this corridor, we'll be placing a spore marker. That's it, because the other spore marker will be placed into a technical corridor, and we don't do that. We'll move into our intruder bag development step, but I do have to place this into the rightmost slot here on our germinator board. Let's see what our intruder bag development has for us. Hopefully something not too bad. We have gotten just the adult symbol, so we're going to have to roll for noise, starting with our xenobiologist. Hopefully we get a 2 or 3. 2 or 3, let's go. No, we got a 4. we're going to get rid of all this. That's okay. We did use the laboratory already, so if something does spawn there, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll shake up our little bag here, draw a token out, and see what is there. We have found one of these, and this one can't be placed there because I don't have a sporolacinium or any type of germinator here at all to be able to place one of those down. So let's read our intruder bag or card here, or sorry, the encounter card. It says, if you are in a room with a germinator or mycelium, place a death cap there and resolve the surprise attack. Put the token aside. If not, place a germinator there and a noise marker in each corridor connected to the room in which this encounter took place. Then put the token aside. So we are going to place that token aside. We'll put a germinator into this room and place noise in all 3 sections surrounding this room. That's bad. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Our hacker is next. We'll roll up his die and see what he got. He got a danger symbol. Actually, that's perfect. I have no problem with that. I was afraid something was going to come in this room because I want to use that backup power supply yet again to try to get more of the lights on, or at least be able to flip this, I should say. Then we have to go look for that nest. Our xenobiologist will flip this over to the hacker. We will draw, was it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 more cards, see what we get. Rushed analysis. I can scan my contamination cards, gain a knowledge for every card that is not infected. We have the pheromones card, and then we have our search card as well. So we got a couple search cards, which would be kind of cool, but I don't know if I really need those right now. Our hacker gets 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to be in a place with lighting, which with power, I mean. So we've got rest, bypass if you're in a room with a computer. I'm not flip a power token in the section you're in. Oh, that'd be even faster than using the backup power supply. Then we can move to demolition. We also have his contamination card, and we're back to his rest card again. We'll start right off with our hacker here. He is going to use his rest card and his demolition card. Those will be the first 2 things he's going to do. To use the backup power supply to flip this 2, and I'm going to place the 2 in section 1, and I'm going to place the 3 or the 4 in the elevator, and I'm going to place the 3 in, I think, where he is. I'm going to place that where he is. It doesn't have any power right now, and that's totally fine because check this out. Here's a neat little trick you can do. I'm going to use my bypass, flip a power token on the section you're in. I'm going to use one other card. I think I'll use my neural link. I can't use contamination cards to actually do actions with, so this is kind of his only thing he's doing this turn, but he will flip that power 3 to on, so we have all of the power on in this station except for the elevator. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Super excited for that. He's going to pass. That's it. He can't do anything else. He has no more cards he can play with because that you can't use. Our xenobiologist is going to go next. She's going to move down. I'm going to use one of her, should I use a search card to maybe get an item? She's doing okay. I think we're just going to continue moving. I'm going to use my search card to move down here. Like I said, we're looking for that nest. That's our plan. We have found, what's this, the decontamination room. I can perform a decontamination procedures, which would be pretty awesome. I have a little token here. It's broken. It's broken. I'm not going to do anything there. I'm going to put this to 2. We're going to send a spore right down corridor 2 here into that room right there. We'll move in and roll our noise marker, noise die, and see what we got. We got a 2. We'll be placing a noise marker right here. That decontamination room does not help me. I can't do anything about that. We'll use our rushed analysis. Next, we're going to move again. We're going to use our rushed analysis to move over here. Again, looking for that nest. That is our big E ticket here. We have found the power generator. Stop auto-destruct sequence or power a section. Oh my gosh, I could power up this entire facility. That would be absolutely amazing. There are some spores there, not a big deal. And there is a door, so we're going to shut the door coming into this room, and that's totally fine. We'll place that door right down there, and we're going to send a spore right down number 1 over there. Oh, that's pretty awesome. And I have to set my counter to 1. It is set to 1. And there is no computer here, which is too bad. There was a computer in the laboratory, but that's okay. I can power a section or stop the auto-destruct sequence. Well, at some point I'm going to start the auto-destruct sequence, I know that. But for now, we're going to just leave it as is. That's her 2 actions. Like I said, our hacker has finished. He's not going to do anything. Oh, I have to roll for noise right here. Let's see what we get. We got a 3. That's going to be the technical corridor, so that means this token and this token are going to be removed. We're going to draw a token from our bag and see what is in that room. We have found in the power generator just another one of those stink horns. And this one has a surprise value of 1, and I've got way more than 1 card. We'll place this one right here. And at this point now, I'm probably going to take this guy out because this is going to be awesome. I built her to be able to do this, so let's do it. I'm going to play my search card. We're going to use our search card to be able to do damage to this thing. I am going to attack him with my flamethrower. This flamethrower is going to be sweet. I get to roll a die here. I have 4 ammo. You always deal at least 1 injury except on a blank. So that if he would have been with the other guy, that would have been fantastic. We're going to take a shot. I'm going to use 1 of my ammo to do it. Let's see what we get. We've got a hit. That was perfect. We're going to do 1 damage. I'll put my little thing right there on there. We'll draw our 2 attack cards and choose 1 because I have his... what is it? The deficiency. When you successfully attack a stinkhorn, draw 2 attack cards, choose the lowest number to check the injury effect. Also, I forgot about the other one I have, which they're immune to, or vulnerability to fire, so I do 1 additional injury with my flamethrower. So he is actually at 2. Let's draw our 2 cards. Come on, 2s. I got a 5 and a 4. Those don't help. I'll put those. We're going to discard both of those. We're going to fire again. I've got this token. I'm going to roll up my die and see how it goes. Oh, I've been using the wrong die. I am in a powered location. I get to use this die. So let's roll our attack again first. We got a 1, but it's only if I discard a card. So the first attack, I would have had to discard a card. I'm going to discard that one. Now I'll make our second attack with the flamethrower. And we got us the same thing. I have to discard a card in order to do it. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to do that. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to not hit. I've got a better plan. Okay, and my better plan was this card. I totally forgot about I had. It's the only card I have left. Discard 1 used from my probe arm. I'm going to discard 1 used from my probe arm. I shouldn't even have fired my gun. I should have used this. It says here, I can deal, it suffers 1 injury plus 1 for every 2 knowledge. I have 5 knowledge, so I'm going to round, I don't know if I round up or down. I'm just going to say I round down. So I'm going to do a total of, I think, 3 damage. Suffers 1 injury plus 1, yes. So I had 5, so I'm going to do a total of 2 plus the 1, so I'm doing 3. That's 5 damage to this guy. Oh my God, the evisceration is amazing. We're going to, oh, that's a fantastic card. I want in my hand all the time. We'll do to draw 2 cards, see what we get. We got a 3 and a 2. Where were you just a little while ago? That's enough to take out this stinkhorn. We're going to kill him off. I'll put him to the side. He does not go back onto that queen's board. I'll remove our dial here, and that's fantastic. I should have started with that evisceration card. 3 damage, that's amazing. Instead of firing my flamethrower, I thought it was going to be super, super good. But not to, the flamethrower was pretty good. It was pretty good. But that evisceration card is way better. She doesn't have any cards left. Our hacker can't do anything, so everybody's just going to pass. We're going to go on to the next stage. We'll move this up 1, and next turn we'll be firing off one of these CSSs. With the power on, there is a lot of noise to get rid of. I'm removing these 3 noise from down here. I'm removing all the noise from section 1, which is pretty sweet. And on top of that, I'm going to be removing 1 of the noise tokens from down in section 3. So we've removed all this noise. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh, now I know why you need the power on. The power is amazing. Nothing's going to attack us or be on fire. We'll move right over to the event phase, and we have Puffball Explosion. So any one of our stinkhorns are going to move down corridor 2. Then our green germinators are going to grow. I'm just going to grow it right now. Here's our green germinator. It's going to go to 2. Then it says here, if there is no egg in the nest, place 1 there. If there is an egg in the nest, discard 1 and place a spore marker in each room with a technical corridor entrance in the section that has the most characters. In case of a tie, resolve this event for all eligible sections. All right, we'll start from the top and then we'll go down. These stinkhorns are going to move. This one's moving down to the section 2 next to the elevator. This one's moving into here, and this one is moving into the repository. Another thing I noticed is that when you start the game, you're supposed to take this deck and flip over the top card, but it can't be the lockdown card. So I actually have to shuffle these up and draw the top card again. I don't know if anybody noticed that while I was moving around the board, but I just noticed it right now. So this is the computer card we actually have in play. I can move a rover, I can peek at a chosen CSS, or I can peek at all contingencies of another player in the section you're in. So that is an absolutely worthless card for us right now, but you know, if I need to use it, I can get rid of it and then use a different one, or maybe the one under it will actually be better. If I'm reading our card right, I'm going to discard an egg, so we're going to remove this one from our nest. Then I have to place a spore marker in each room with a technical corridors entrance in a section that has the most characters. In the case of a tie, I have to do it for all eligible sections. This is going to be an absolute disaster. I'm going to be placing 4 spore markers. 1 here. If I'm reading our card right, I'm going to have to discard an egg from the nest, and then I'm going to be placing a spore marker in every room adjacent to a technical corridor. That's out of control. And I have to do it for all eligible sections because it's wherever the most characters are. And in this case, it is a tie because there's 1 in each. Starting with our first player here, I'm going to be placing a spore token in every one of these rooms connected to a technical corridor. This is ridiculous. Look at all of these places. There were 5. Oh my gosh, I only have 3 more spore tokens I can place. If you can't place any spore tokens, you're going to be placing germinators instead. Kind of lucky for us, there's already one in this room, so we're going to place one here and here. That's, I think, all the ones that have technical corridors attached to them in the second section. So I have 1 spore token left. With that complete, we'll go ahead, shake up our little bag here, and give ourselves another token to see what happens during the intruder bag development. We're going to be rolling noise for all of our people. We should be rolling these in order, but since I'm right here, I'm going to roll my xenobiologist right now. She got a 2. That's not going to do too much. The reason I also did is there's no other noise markers around here, so I wouldn't have been able to spawn anything anyway. Let's go check out the hacker. The hacker is going to be in Worlds of Hurt here. Let's see how this goes. Yep, we're going to get rid of these 2 noise markers, and we're going to reach into our bag and see what has befalled our wonderful hacker. Hopefully he's going to be able to hold up. We'll draw our token and see what we get. We have gotten another one of these stinkhorns. We'll place it right down here, and it has a 3. I don't have 3 cards, so we're going to have to draw an attack card and see what happens to us. We have Smash. Well, I think I like Scratch better. That doesn't sound any good. If the character has 2 serious wounds, they die. If not, they suffer a serious wound. Oh my gosh, this guy's starting to get really banged up. That is no good. We'll draw a serious wound and see what we found. We found an arm. The character has only 1 hand slot for heavy objects. They must have 2 items. They must drop 1. I only have 1, so I'm doing okay. That's not the end of the world. I don't think he's going to be holding anything else in his other hand. Maybe he will. We'll find out. We'll move into our cards. We're going to grab 5. 1, 2, 3 for the hacker. We'll shuffle these up and grab 1 more for him. Let's see what he has found. He found a stinkhorn. He's got to try to take it out. Let's see if he can do it with his gun he has this time. He has interruption, contamination, master plan, and bypass. I'm going to discard this. I would have discarded that at the end of the turn. There's no reason to keep your cards like that. So we also have narrow link. But you have to do that before you go to the event step. But I totally forgot to, and I would have no reason to be keeping this card in my hand. We're going to pass this to our xenobiologist. She'll draw her 5 cards. 1, 2, 3. I want that visceration card back. Oh my gosh, that card's awesome. We need to find that nest though. That's what we really need to do. We'll give these a good old truffle shuffle here and see what we can find. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's it. 5. I think I get 5 here. I don't think I have any left over. Nope. All right, 5. We got a contamination card. Field experience. I do have 4 knowledge. Draw 2 event cards, then return 1 to the top of them deck and 1 to the bottom of the deck. That would help us a lot. Interruption. Repairs, and her search card and her contamination card, and she's going to be going first. The first thing our xenobiologist is going to do is use her field experience card. She does have 4 knowledge. She actually has 5. So I can draw 2 event cards, then return 1 of them to the top of the deck and the other to the bottom. So let's take a look and see what our next 2 event cards are. Maybe one is terrible and the other one's not too bad. Place a mycelium marker in each room with a mycelium marker. Wait. Place a mycelium marker in each room with a mycelium marker. Oh, malfunction. Well, maybe I should read these right. Place a spore marker in each room neighboring a room with a mycelium marker. All right, that's not too bad. I'm just going to be placing a malfunction marker. I'm not going to be placing a malfunction marker at all. And the green ones are going to go up, and I'll be moving nothing anywhere. That's actually a pretty good one. Coolant leak. If there's a malfunction marker in the coolant system, start the auto-destruct system. If there's not, place a malfunction there. Remove this event from the game, reshuffle the deck. And I'm going to be putting spores down, and I'll be putting the green one down as well. Let's see here. I think the better one is going to be that mycelium one, because where we are right now, that's not really going to matter. Remove this event from the... Is the coolant system room even out here? I think it is. No, it's not. It's not even part of the thing, but I would hate to find it and then all of a sudden find it's malfunctioning and the auto-destruct sequence starts. So we're going to put that one at the bottom, and we're going to keep this one on top. That's going to be our plan. Then we're going to move with our... I think we're going to use our interruption card here to move. We'll move over to this room right here and roll for noise. This isn't going to be too bad because I don't have any noise out here at all, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to put a 2 right there. It's going to go right there. That's the end of our 2 actions. We'll move over to the hacker. At this point, I really hope this guy knows how to use his gun now. That's going to be his plan. I do have a few cards I can use. I'm going to start with my interruption card to take a shot with my smart gun. We're going to use one of my ammo, roll up our blue die because we are powered up. It's our advantage die. Let's see what we do. I got 1 hit, and if I discard a card, I get another hit. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to use my bypass card. I'm going to discard that to get 2 damage onto this guy. So we'll take our little dial here, put it at 2. We'll draw a card. Now remember, he does not have that cool ability that the other character does. It's a 6. It's not enough to kill this thing. So let's roll again. Let's try to use another. I have my second ammo. That's it. I'm done. Use all my ammo. Let's roll our die. Oh, I got to discard a card in order to do it. I'm going to discard my Neuro Link, I think. Let's see what this one does. You are in a room with a computer. You can selection with power, use a computer action, or if you're in a room with a computer or the section with power, you can be, nope, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to use that to fire. Come on, let's get this guy. Oh, another double hit, and if I discard a card, I can do more. I'm going to discard that one. I was really hoping to keep that card, but doing 4 damage, that's going to be really good. Let's see what happens to this guy now. We're going to draw our card. We got another 6. Oh, this is a super guy. All right, that's the end of his 2 actions. He doesn't have any more. He doesn't have anything at all. He has to actually pass. He's got nothing else he can do. The only thing he has is a contamination card. So we're done with this guy for the rest of this round. Moving over to the Xenobiologist, there is another room up here that is a 1. I could go to that room and see if that's it, but I think what we're going to do is discard 2 cards to use the room action right here. This is our alert room. There are 2 different things I can do. I can either start the alert procedure, which is a countdown to the end of the game, or I can peek at a contingency token after using 2 cards, and I get to add that to our pool. We're going to take this top one and take a look at it. It says, kill all in the CSS pod, so that is not one of the contingencies. That's the end of her turn. She also has no cards. We're going to pass the turn and move into the event phase. We'll start by firing off this CSS and see what it says here. It says launch number C, so C is gone. We'll move our time tracker now past a red one, but it's not going to matter because we have actually restored the backup power system. Next, we'll remove noise. There's only one noise that's right here. I'm going to remove all the red. There's only one other noise token on the board, and it's next to somebody already. We're going to go to the intruder attack step, and since I wasn't able to take this guy out, which I really thought I'd be able to, I'm going to get attacked by a pseudopod. This is a one here. It says place the queen in the room. If the character was attacked because of an escape action, place the queen in the room where the character has escaped. It does not attack. If there is no Germinator in the room, place one there. So I have to place a Germinator there because the queen, very similar to these, cannot be placed in a room without a Germinator or a mycelium token. So we'll be placing a Germinator in that room just like that, and that's the end. I actually don't take any damage. That's fantastic, which is really, really good. We'll now move to the event phase, which we've already know what it is. We're going to do absolutely nothing. We have no green ones out there. Only this purple one is the only Germinator out there. Oh no, we do have a green one. It's right here. Oh my gosh, I totally missed that guy. He's right over here. And this is actually pretty bad. He's going to grow twice. It's got the double symbol on there. So he's going to go from a 2 to a 3, and then a 3 to a mycelium token. Oh my gosh, that was bad. Well, that's okay. We're going to discard our event card. We're done with that, and that's going to be the end. We're just going to do our intruder bag development. Let's see what has developed while we were running around. We have found another one of those stink horns. We'll go ahead and roll noise for our team, starting with our Xenobiologist. Hopefully nothing too terrible happens here. We got a 3. I'll put a noise token just below where she is, right there. Now we don't roll for the hacker because the hacker is in combat right now with one of these stink horns. Our Xenobiologist is going to, I forgot to discard this. Our hacker would also have discarded that as well. Again, no reason for those to keep them except for preventing any type of surprise attacks, and I didn't think that would happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab 5 for the Xenobiologist. I gotta remember to do this. Oh, I got my card. I'm gonna save that forever. Pheromones, Rushed Analysis, Demolition, and Workspace. Oh, she's got some fantastic cards. We're gonna move this over to our hacker and see what he gets. Our hacker is going to grab 5 cards and probably get dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has no bullets left in his gun. It works for me. Rest, search, demolition, and search, and they're all cards that can't be used in combat except for demolition, which I'm not going to use. So he's going to be running for his life yet again. He's going to run into this room over here. We're going to get an intruder attack against us. Let's see what happens. Spikes. It does not affect us because we don't have either of those characters attacking us. That's awesome. I'm going to see what this room has in store for us. We found the coolant system. Here it is. I can initiate the auto-destruct sequence if I wish to, so that's awesome. We have that available to us, and there's a door behind us, and number 3 is right here. It is the air duct, so we are not going to be placing a spore token, and lucky for him, he's going to be placing a door right there. That was actually the best escape that has ever happened in his entire existence. The only thing is I had to discard a card. I totally forgot which card I needed to do that. We would just discard our rest card. I have no need for that because I don't have any contamination cards in my hand. We'll set our dial to 3, and at this point he could search, or he has a computer in a working area finally. Oh my gosh, there's so many cool things he can do that. Except sadly, the only computer card he has right here is this one. And if you're in a room with a computer and in a section with power, you can use the computer action. Like I said before, a lot of these actions on this computer card right now are really not that great. I can move the rover, I can peek at a CSS, or I can peek at a contingency of another player in a section you're in. Well, I mean, you're playing co-op, so that's not really going to help you. So that's actually a terrible card to have on top. Maybe there's a way to cycle that card. I think the only way to do that is to actually take a computer action. I think we're going to move again. That's going to be our way we're going to do this. Let's see. Oh, I did one thing I forgot to do is I do have to roll for noise when I moved over here. Let's see, we got a 3, so we're going to place noise into the air ducts. We have not had one in there right now. We don't have one in there, so let's see what's next. We're going to play our search card to move again, and we're going to move over to this one over here and see what we find. All right. We have found the Cargo Sending System C. Oh, we just launched this one. Oh, that's hilarious. We just launched that one. Let's see what's wrong with it. Oh, there's slime in there, and it has 4 items, and we're going to run a spore marker right down number 4, but there's already a spore marker there. So we'll be placing a germinator in that room instead and removing this spore counter from the board, which is kind of good because now I'm able to get a couple more in my pool. I've got a couple extra ones here now. We are going to set it to 4. We've got a spore marker coming in. And the last thing I have to do, we have to place down our token on the slime. So our character is now slimed. We'll place this onto his board. You know, that means that anytime I roll the quiet symbol, it actually is the danger symbol. We do have to roll our die here. Well, it doesn't matter, the danger symbol. So we're going to place all this noise everywhere. Here we go. The noise is in all the rooms. I could search for absolutely anything I want in that room, but those are his 2 actions for this turn. We'll move back over to the Xenobiologist. The Xenobiologist is going to have a super simple turn. I am going to keep my Visceration card, and I'm going to spend all 4 of these cards to activate this room twice to grab 2 of these contingency tokens. One says kill all who have 4 or less knowledge, and the other one is save all. So that we know we're not saving everybody, so somebody is dying, which is too bad. But if we look at our card that has all the different contingency tokens on it, we were able to eliminate 2 of the yellow ones, so it's not the yellow one, it's not the green one, and it's not the black one. So it's going to be either kill all that did not send the signal. CSS pods are always safe. Kill all in isolation room, bunker, and CSS pods are kill all in the isolation room. Bunker and CSS are safe. So we hope it's not this one, because I was actually planning to lock myself in that room when we were all done, because I'm probably thinking the nest is down there. So I'm hoping it's going to be a blue one. We have 2 left to figure it out, and we'll be able to get to those hopefully next turn unless something appears in this room and wants to eat us for breakfast. That's the end of her turn, and she is passing. She has nothing else she can be doing this turn. We'll move back over to the hacker, who's probably going to continue moving. Our hacker has 2 actions he's going to perform. The first one is going to be a search action. He's going to rotate this down to 3, and he can search for anything in this room. He's going to grab some medical supplies. Hopefully he can do something about that wound. We'll see what we can do. We have a Regent. I can fully load ammo in a flame unit thrower. That'd be pretty good. Oh, I could get that to her, but oh well, it's too late. She's way, way far away. I don't have knowledge 5, so that's not going to have any bearing on this. Medkit, this is what we're going to take, because I can dress 1 serious wound. That's what we're going to do. We're going to dress a serious wound. We're going to ditch that one and keep this one. Now we're going to, I think we're going to move over to, no, we're going to dress the serious wound first. So I'm going to use our card. We have a demolition card. We're going to use that to dress the serious wound by using our medkit. Our medkit has been used. At this point now I can pick up an extra heavy object, which is key because if he finds the nest, he's got to get somewhere. I'm going to use my last card I have, and we're going to move over to the isolation room. I know I did 3 actions in a row, but remember the Xenobiologist did pass, so he's able to go right back to his next turn and be able to do as many actions as he wants, or 2 actions I should say. He only has 1 left. He's going to move to the isolation room, roll for noise, and that's going to be the end of his turn. And you got a 4, so we'll place that right here. Now remember, starting in the isolation room, I get to get 1 extra card, so that's really key. Hopefully I can get to search these other 3 rooms. There's a lot of rooms around him that are level 1 rooms, and we really need to find that nest and also find the place to send the signal. We'll move our marker up to 8 and go to the next step. There's 2 noise markers we're going to remove from the board. We'll move into the event step and see what we have. I didn't get to deal with this one. Short circuit. Looks like we're replacing some spore markers. Our green ones are going to grow. And it says here, place a fire marker in each explored room with a computer in sections with power. Remove this event from the game and then reshuffle the event deck, including the discard pile. That's going to be absolutely gross. All right, let's go ahead and take care of it. Spreading spores, we're going to place a germinator right here because we're going to spread some spores over to there. And since there's already token, that's what we have to do. The same thing is going to happen here. We'll place yet again another Germinator and remove this Spore token. At this point, all the green Germinators are going to grow. We'll put that up to 2. If you look at the card, it starts off with the gray one, so you always do the top part first, then the bottom part. So since there wasn't one there originally, we didn't have to worry about it. But after placing the Spore, which then placed this, we now have to go up 1. We now have to place 2 fire markers. One of them is going to go into the laboratory. The other one is going to go into the coolant system room, which is down in the 3rd area. Good news, I can still use the room for its room action. Bad news, it's on fire. I wanted to bring your attention to this area over here. These also have to send spores down each area according to our card, but they're going to hit this door. So instead of being able to spread their spores, they're going to just destroy the door. With that complete, we'll move into our intruder bag development step. Let's see what we have here. We are going to find we found another one of these, so we're going to have to roll for noise for both our characters. Starting with our hacker, we'll take our die, roll it up, see what we get. We got a 1. So we'll be placing a noise marker right down here into corridor 1, so he's still somewhat safe, though there's noise all around him. The same thing is going to happen up here. We'll roll up our noise. We got a 3 that is going to remove these 2 markers, and we are going to draw something from our intruder bag. Let's see what we have. Well, if I knocked over my xenobiologist. We found, oh no, look at this. We found the queen. The queen has decided to grow itself into this room. I think that's all the contingencies I'm going to find. But remember, she has to kill the queen. That's one of the things she has to do. Now, if we look at the board that we have here, we have taken off these different roots here. As she comes into the board, her damage she can take is going to be equal to one of these cards plus the lowest number here. So it's going to be a 3. So if this is like a 2 and that's a 3, I could do 5 damage and kill that queen. That would be actually pretty awesome because that's one of her requirements for her objective here is to send the signal and the queen must be killed. So I might actually try to do that. We've got some good firepower here. And I've got that evisceration card in my hand. Oh, this could be the turn to do this. Let's give that a shot. I think this turn. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. That's our what is it? Intruder bag development step. Now we're going to go grab our new cards. And I got way ahead of myself. We can't actually place the queen there. If we read our card here, it does say if you're in a room with a Germinator or Mycelium, place the queen there. Resolve a surprise attack. Put this token aside. If not, place a Germinator there and a noise marker in each corridor connected to the room in which this encounter took place. So I'm going to have to put a Germinator there. I can't place this queen. There is not a Germinator or a Mycelium marker. So we'll place a green Germinator and we're going to load up on noise. So good news is I do get to figure out what the rest of these contingencies are because I'm probably going to do that with her turn. Our xenobiologist only has the 1 card, so she gets that. Then we're going to mix these up and I really need to not get a contamination card or we're not going to be able to do our plan. Let's see, we got 2, 3, 5 cards here. We got a contamination card. Boo! All right, that means I can't do it because I want to keep this card in my hand. And so if I do that, I'm going to use all 4 of these to look at the contingency cards. And I'm in a terrible spot because there is going to be noise all around me. So I want to keep this. So we're going to learn 1 more. And then we're probably going to run away. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to grab this and we're going to go to our hacker first. And once we get all his cards, then we'll go back to the xenobiologist for her first turn. We'll mix these up. He's got 1 card. Which one did he get? Oh, the recharge card. That's really good. He's in a place where he can actually maybe recharge his weapon. That'll be really good. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 cards along with his recharge. He's got a search. Works fine for me. Bypass and search. And since I am in the isolation room, I get an extra card. So we have a total of 6 this turn. He also got demolition. She is going to spend 2 of her cards. I think she's going to do rushed analysis. No, I lied. She's going to do her demolition and her search card. She's going to use those 2 to check out another one of these. It's the blue one. All right, so we now know that there's a 50-50 chance that it's either going to be the blue one here, which is kill all who did not send the signal, or it's going to be the red one, kill all in the isolation room. Bunker and CSS pods are safe. So we need to try to get that bunker open. This seems to probably be our best plan here. And we need to send the signal. And then we should be okay. Neither contingency isn't going to matter to us. For our second action, I am going to do rushed analysis. Scan all contamination cards in your hand and remove unaffected cards. If you removed at least 1 card this way, gain 1 knowledge. If you're infected, I have to go through the infection step. So let's take a look at this contamination. Oh wait, she only has 1 contamination card. If I remember, it's already said contaminated, so I don't want to do that. We're just going to use it to move. Let's move. We'll move right up here and see what our card has for us. We have found, what do we find? Archive. We found the archive. We can examine the archives, which is going to give us some knowledge, which isn't a bad thing. Let's see what happened in the room. Oh, we got a quiet symbol, so I didn't have to roll for noise. That's awesome. And it's a 2, so we'll swing this to 2, and then we're going to send some spores over to this side where there's already a germinator. And since a germinator is already on that board, you can't send any more spores. And the spores don't actually tick this thing up, it just stays the same. So we didn't have to worry about that at all. We do have 2 items here. That's the end of her turn. She has 2 cards left, but one she can't use. She's going to pass. We're going to move to our hacker, and he's just going to keep going until I decide to stop with him, because she's just going to pass for this turn. The hacker's going to start by recharging his gun. We're going to place that in his discard pile and put 2 of these on the gun. We really need that. Then I'm going to use I think we'll use our search card to move. And I'm going to move down here. Oh, actually, no, I lied. I'm going to move over here. This is where I'm going to move. I'm going to move right over here. Let's see what we found in this one. We have found, what did we find? We found transmitter control system. We can send the signal from here. So we have to send the signal, and we have to still be able to kill the queen, and we have to get all the weaknesses. We're doing pretty good here. But it's busted. It is busted. That's no good. We'll put that onto a 3. We're going to send a spore over through here. So we're going to send 1 spore over to this side. And that's going to be about it for this room. I do have to roll for noise, though, as I went over here. And we got a 2, so we're going to place some noise right behind us. That's totally fine. That's the end of his 2 actions. We'll move back to the xenobiologist, who, like I said, is going to be passing. And she's going to, since she's passed, she has completed for her entire turn. We're going to continue moving, I think, or maybe I could fix this. I don't think I have any cards that can fix it right now, which is really sad for me. But I could search there and maybe get something cool, and then at some point be able to fix this down the line. I have to put a destroyed token on here, or sorry, a malfunction marker. I forgot to do that. I do want to mention that when you're playing in cooperative mode, if there is a card that requires you to send the signal like we have, which is the xenobiologist, only 1 character must do it. If there are 2 or more such requirements, then that many characters must send the signal. So if both of these characters had to send the signal, they would both have to find their way down here. But since only 1 does, only 1 character has to actually send the signal, since they are cooperating very well. At least I hope they're cooperating. We're going to use our search card, though, to check out what is in this room, because I need to maybe find something cool. And it is a military room, as you can see by the symbol right there. So let's take a look at what we found. We have found a prototype shotgun. You always deal 1 injury except on a blank, and if you roll a hit, you get 2, or 2, you get 1 additional injury. Oh, that's really good. He's going to probably equip that. And he can, because his dressed wound is done. Or I could take a crowbar. Discard this crowbar to roll a combat and deal injuries as a shoot action, destroy a closed door, or place a malfunction marker in the room you're in. Yet, nope, we're taking the shotgun. That shotgun looks really good. And that's going to be the end of his turn there. He does have 3 cards left. He has demolition. It works for me. Discard a malfunction marker from the room you're in, or if you're in a room with a computer in a section with power, you can use a computer action. Bypass. If you're in a room with a computer action and in a section with power, you may perform any number of actions from the computer action card. Discard the computer action card after this effect. I think I might do that. We're going to use our demolition card along with this card to use this computer action card. The reason I'm doing this, I just want to get rid of it. We're going to get rid of this computer action card. I don't want this up there because it's not doing me any good. There's nothing on this card that helps us at all. So I do get to peek at a chosen CSS token. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to look at the 3rd one. The one that's about to launch isn't going to help us, but the 3rd one is no launch. So mental note, don't do that one. That's the one that's underneath the 6 on our time track. I do have to reveal another card now. We have computer action here. Choose open 1 door, peek at a CSS token, or move the rover. So we do have a chance to, again, peek at a CSS token. If we can get to that CSS area, we could leave, because if I remember right, one of the endings here, this contingency thing, is kill all in the isolation room. Bunker and CSS pods are safe. So if we can get to the CSS pods, that'd be fantastic. The other one could be kill all who did not send the signal, and CSS pods are always safe. Oh boy. Oh, she has to come down here and send the signal. Oh, barf. All right. Well, let's see how we can do this. He's going to be done. He's going to keep his last card just because it's going to be fun. And then we're going to move into the event phase. Our event phase is going to start by flipping over this token, which is no launch. Nothing is launched. That's good. We'll move this over 1 just like that. Next, we're going to remove all our noise. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up those tokens from all over the board that are not adjacent to any of our characters. Because remember, the entire complex is lit right now, which is really cool. So we're able to remove those 6 noise tokens. Then we're going to go to our fire step. Well, actually, our intruder attack, but there isn't any of that. So we'll go to the fire damage. This is in a room with fire. So that means it is going to be removed, which is awesome. This over here is also in fire. So we're going to remove this one as well. The laboratory is on fire, which is not great because I need to use that at some point. So we'll put that back on our track as well. It's time to reveal our next event card, and I did shuffle all of them back up again. It says Sanitary Network Failure. I'm going to be placing some spores. Our purple ones are going to grow, and we're going to send spores down 3. And then Sanitary Failure says place a malfunction marker on each explored green room. No, and then I have to remove this from the game. I don't want to do that. That's the laboratory. I need the laboratory. I need the laboratory badly. All right, let's go ahead and take care of all this. Wow, this is... This is something else. In section A, we'll send a spore right over to here. Then we're going to put a germinator into this room here from the mycelium up there. On this floor, we'll place a germinator here, removing this one as it comes down here. And we'll place a spore over here, but it's actually in the fire. And from what I understand, you're still going to place it in the room, but when it comes to the fire damage step, we'll be removing that spore. Unless, who knows, I might put out the fire. And in the third part of the board, we're not going to be placing anything there, but we have this over here, so we're going to place a spore marker right there coming off of this germinator. Good news, bad news, we only have one green room. Sadly, it's the laboratory where I actually need to go. So we don't have, it's malfunctioning and it's on fire. This is going to be a lot of bad going on, but who knows, we might be able to get that egg in there, examine it, and then get out of that room as fast as we can. We'll move to the final step, which is our intruder bag development step. We'll shuffle this up a little bit and draw a token and see what we get. We've got another one of the adults, so we'll roll noise for all our characters. Starting with our xenobiologist, I kind of want her to get a 4. Nope, she got a danger symbol. That's kind of good too. We'll place noise in these 2 corridors right there. We'll roll for our hacker and see what happens to him. 3, we'll place a noise token right there. Our xenobiologist has 2 cards. Again, I would have discarded this. There's no reason to keep that card. I apologize. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll grab 4 cards. Field experience, repairs, search, and interrupt. So she can repair the laboratory, which is good, but she can't really do anything with the laboratory without the egg. So I need to get the egg. But since I got my repair card, I might go over there and just fix it right now. But why would I do that? Probably just break again, right? Who knows? Our hacker will grab 4 cards as well and see what we get. We got 2 of his contamination cards. Oh no, but he also gets the first player token. The hacker is going to use his rest card. I can't see a better opportunity to use this thing. I'm going to use this rest card, which allows me to scan all the contamination cards in my hand and remove all the uninfected ones. And I've got both in my hand, so let's check it out. We're going to slip them right into this magical little contraption here and see what we have. We have, see here. That one does not look infected. Thank goodness. We'll get rid of that card. Let's check out the second card here. Sticking into our magic little machine, it says indigested but not infected. We like that. So we're going to get rid of both of those cards. Oh, that was awesome. He is not infected anymore and he doesn't have any contamination cards, which is fantastic. I do have an interruption card and an it works for me card. It works for me allows me to use the computer action inside a room with a computer. I have one right here, but it's broken, so I can't even use it. So we're going to use this interruption card to move 1 space over here. I know I'm making it kind of dangerous only having him with 1 card, but we've got to get going here. We're running out of time. There's spores everywhere. There's these out of control little cubes. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm a big fan of this species right now. So far, I'm really digging it. We're going to check our card here. We found the nest. Okay, that was perfect. Okay, we'll put that right down there and let's see what happened to the nest. It's on fire. The nest is on fire. Oh, that's going to be terrible. Oh no, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. There is going to be a spore that's going to go down corridor 4 because of the 4 on here. Now remember, this doesn't ever get items. We're going to remove this and put another one of these down. We only have 3 of those left. I could attack them if I wish to, but I haven't yet. The nest is on fire, which is kind of funny. I do get to gain 1 knowledge and take 1 egg. So I'll move his knowledge token up to 2. I don't get to, the action here is the 2 action here is to take an egg. And with this fire token here, he's going to take a light wound after he does his 2 actions, and he has now done his 2 actions. He's going to take another serious wound. So we'll remove this token because he's not wounded anymore. It goes from a second light wound to a serious wound. Let's grab our second serious wound for him, see what it is. It is, he's got a hit to the knee here. The cost of the first movement action in the player's first turn in this round is 2. The cost can be used as a careful move though. Something I need to remember is I can use a careful move with him and it would be the same. that's, I think, going to be it for him. He's going to pass the turn over here. He's going to keep this card in case something surprises him. The one thing I didn't do was roll for noise. I'm just going to roll it right here. We got a quiet symbol. Oh no, he's slimed. So guess what that means? We'll be putting noise tokens all around the board there. And he's probably going to meet some kind of end here pretty soon. Hopefully not, but I'm sure something's going to appear in that room with all that noise. Our xenobiologist is going to use field experience and search. The first thing she's going to do is reduce the item counter by 1. The reason I'm doing this is some of my other cards have to do with knowledge 6, and I do have this power that if I can ever get to knowledge 8, I can activate our Overmind. I have no idea what it does, but I think it'd be pretty awesome. Her knowledge is now at 6, and she's in the archives. So we're going to use, actually I lied, I'm going to use my repairs card. I'm going to keep my search card. We're going to use our repairs card to activate this archive. It's not broken, so I can use the room action. She can only use the archive if I have not had a knowledge token active yet. And it is still inactive, so we're going to use that. Now I only used 1 card. I need to use 2, because it is 2 to use that room action. So I'm going to use my repairs and my interrupt card. I'm going to use both of those cards to be able to activate the archive. From this point, I can flip my token over and gain 2 more knowledge. So I have full knowledge. I don't have this weakness yet. I have to get an egg or the corpse of the hacker back to the laboratory and analyze it. Hopefully it's an egg. So I need to get that here in order to be able to expose that. But with her 8 knowledge, she now can do this. It says activate this item when you pass and have 8 knowledge. Okay, I haven't passed yet, so I can't activate it. But that's the end of her 2 actions. We'll move back over to the hacker, and I think he's going to be done. Yes, the hacker is going to be done. I am going to do a search action with her last action here. I'm going to tick this down 2. I forgot to tick it down the first time when I used my experience card. I have to reduce the item counter by 1 to gain that 1 knowledge. This time I'm going to search. I'm hoping for something that can get rid of fire over here. That'd be really good. I found a tool belt. I can discard a malfunction marker in a room you're in, or open and close 1 door to a corridor connected to the room you're in. All right, that's not going to help us. Oh, that's not going to help us either. Dual tool belts. I guess I'll take a tool belt, huh? How about that? We'll put that there. Now the good thing is I could eventually use the tool belt to be part of this. I can discard a tool belt to gain back all my uses of my probe arm if I need to do that. That's the end of her turn. She has 1 card left. We're going to keep that card. That's my visceration card. I really want to keep it. I'm hoping the queen spawns here. I really want to try to take her out. But for now, we're doing great. We're going to pass, which now means I am able to activate my Overmind. Let's take a look at what this thing does. For 1 card, I can choose an intruder on the board, even in a room with another character. Move the chosen intruder through a chosen corridor, then flip this card over to the quest side. Oh, could I keep using this then? So I can use it, then flip it over, but I don't get to activate it again until the end of my turn. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So I can use that over and over and over. Oh, that's really, really good. I think that's going to be the end. That is the end for her. We'll move into the event step. We'll move our token up 1, and we're getting close to another threshold where I'm going to lose the light inside of area 3 at this point. We're going to remove some noise. There's really not much to remove this time because I didn't move very far. I'm only removing 1 noise from the board. There are no intruders that are going to attack. We are going to go to the fire step, which we're going to burn up our spores and leave this laboratory. Oh my gosh, I gotta fix that laboratory. That's Bad News City over there. I do want to mention that the nest is also on fire, so I have to deal with that as well. Which means every time that there is an uncarried egg in the nest that's on fire, I'm going to be removing 1. So I really have 3 turns to try to get an egg and get out of there so that we can analyze it, get our last weakness card, and complete the objective for our hacker. Of course, we still have to complete the objectives for our xenobiologist, but hers, I either need to start the self-destruct system or I need to take down that queen. We'll now resolve an event card and see what happens to our brave characters inside this complex here. Into your lungs. Oh no, I know what this card does. This is going to be really, really bad. It says, each character with a spore marker on their character board dies. Our xenobiologist is dead. Each character with a slime marker places a spore marker on their character board. Each other character draws 4 cards from the deck, or sorry, character board. Each character then draws 4 cards from their deck and scans all the drawn contamination cards. If they get an infected card, they have to place a spore marker on their character board and discard all drawn cards. So this is super, super bad. We'll start at the top, which is kind of mind-numbing compared to the rest of the bottom part. It's absolutely out of control. I'm going to tick up all of our green ones. Well, actually, I lied. First, we're going to use our, we're going to put our spores out with this. This is starting to get really bad. Now I really see the power of these spores. This is absolutely awesome. I'm a huge fan of this intruder. This is super cool. They don't actually come at you so much with their characters. It's these spores and all this. You have to keep these at bay, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. This is really cool. We're going to send some spores down corridor 3. Our first one's going to come this way, and it's already got one there. So we're going to place down another one of these cubes. Now notice that's more green ones on the board. Then we're going to go down here. This already has one, so we're not going to place one there. We'll move to the next area, but before we do that, I am going to tick these up because the next part would be to grow green ones. So our green ones are growing. They're at 2 and 3 respectively. In the second section, all we're doing is placing a spore marker again in the laboratory so it can blow up when the fire happens. We are going to tick these up to 2 because they're both going to grow based on our card. 3 would be this way. They'd both be sending spores. This spore marker should not be there. I don't know why it's there. And there we go. I think we're all set there. Down in the lowest section here, first off, I have to remove this. It would have died during the fire phase, but then I'm going to place it right back because we have a purple one right over here, which is going to send a spore over to 3. Then we have our mycelium up here, which is going to send a spore token down there. It is gone. We're placing another one of these germinators. We only have one germinator left, which is kind of funny. This 3 is not going to send anything that way, and I believe that's all that's going to take place here. Now remember, I'll be getting this one and the laboratory back because they're both on fire right now. Unless I find a way to get rid of fire, I think we're going to be in big trouble. Now we come to our xenobiologist. She already has a spore on her, so she is completely dead, which is sad news because we've just gotten that awesome ability left. Now I'm going to place this one down in her space. I believe these heavy items are going to be dropped where she is. That's all that's going to happen to her. That makes me really sad because I just got that cool thing done. I think I'm going to keep the objective. I think we still have to complete that objective, but the rest of the stuff is all going to go away. She's totally gone. Goodbye, xenobiologist. Ah, such a cool character, though. I really liked the way that we got her to 8 knowledge. That was amazing. I don't think I've gotten any other character to 8 knowledge, so this is a really cool character. I'm a big fan of the xenobiologist. Super fun. We'll leave our card like that, and that's all that's left of her. Since he has a slime marker, he is going to gain a spore token. This is starting to be really, really bad. This is just how amazing this game is. This is the intruders at first, it was nothing. I had thought everything was going great. We found the nest, this would be fantastic, and it just turns on you. So cool looking. I mean, once I get done, I'm going to show you this board way back, panned out, and you're just going to see how these spores have gone on living inside of this while we've been running around trying to get out and do our objectives. This is absolutely awesome. These 2 cards there, I got my spore marker. I think then I have to draw 4 cards. I get 1, 2, then I have to shuffle these up. Now the good news, I don't have any more contamination cards. Remember, we scanned all of them to get rid of them. So the good news is I'm not going to get anything else here, but I still have to draw 2 more cards, and then I have to discard these 4 cards. Those cards are going to go in the discard pile. That was my slime marker. And he's going to gain 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he's not going to draw them yet. I have to do the intruder bag development, which has been a big turn for the intruders. The intruders managed to kill us off, put out a bunch of germinators, and now we're going to roll up our little bag here and see what is in store for our characters. We got ourselves another adult token, so we're going to roll the die and see what happens to his noise roll. Let's see what transpires here. 3, we're going to remove all of this, and we're going to put down well, we have to reach in the bag and see what happens. It might not be anything too bad. I'm actually hoping the queen appears here. Imagine that, in this fiery room with the actual real nest of the original intruders. That'd be kind of cool. Oh my gosh, it is. I think that is the queen. No, of course not. It's one of these. And again, I can't place it because that is not a germinator. So instead, we have to, I believe, place a germinator. Let's look at our card. It'll tell us exactly what we need to do. We are going to return this token to the bag, intruder bag, and place a germinator on each. Oh, wait, it's right here. Return this token to the intruder bag, perform a noise roll. Oh, I already did that. Okay, we're going to go over here. Oh, wait, that's all we have to do. We have to do a noise roll. We did the noise roll. Our encounter says, if you are in a room with a germinator or mycelium, place a death cap there and resolve a surprise attack. There is not. If not, place a germinator and a noise marker in each corridor connected to the room. in this encounter took place, put the token aside. So this token goes aside. I'm putting my last Germinator out there, and we're going to remove this because we already have a Germinator in the room now. Notice this one's at 2. In one of our events, it told us to tick one of those up, so this is at 2 compared to the other ones. I will, of course, now place noise everywhere too, which is going to be awesome. We'll put that wherever we can. Now it's going to be our hacker's turn. Our hacker is going to get those 4 cards I already pulled out. Our hacker was able to get a hold of Search, Rest, Demolition, and Recharge. Oh, Recharge would be really good. I'm going to keep the Recharge card for sure. We're going to use 2 actions here. I'm going to use Demolition and Rest. We're going to get rid of both of those cards so we can take an egg. I'm going to grab an egg. Now, the thing is, I could get a corpse token now right in that laboratory. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I can just take the corpse token over to the laboratory and call it a day. Or should I just take this thing up? I don't know. That's kind of evil, isn't it? In the co-op game, you can actually revive characters found dead in the... You can revive them in, I believe it's the surgery or the or of some sort. It's in the rules and it's pretty cool. I am going to grab an egg. What the heck? Let's give it a shot. Oh, if I grab the egg, I've got to drop something. Oh, that's not going to be any good. Not good at all. We're going to drop our prototype shotgun. I don't need this now. Well, I do need this, but I'm not going to be able to use it because I want to make sure that I am carrying this egg. This egg is a heavy object. It has to go in one of our hands. We've got that. I do have to roll a noise roll whenever you take an egg from here. So let's see what we get. We got a 1. Again, we're going to clear everything, and we are going to draw an intruder. This could be really bad because now there is a Germinator in that particular space. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, this is getting super fun. Let's see what we found. We found the blank token. Oh, it knew it was in there. It took us this long to find it. We're going to be able to place a noise marker in each corridor connected to the room in which the encounter took place. Return the blank token to the intruder bag. Oh, that's fantastic. We'll place just that noise tokens back out here. Not a big deal at all. And we're going to take a careful move now as our next action. Our careful move is going to bring us back to our isolation room. And I'm going to use my search, and it works for me to do that. The reason I'm making a careful move, of course, is because we have that knee injury where I have to spend 2 cards anyway. So we're going to carefully move over to here, and we'll put a noise token in 2 because that's not the direction we're going. We're going up that way. We'll be ending our hacker's turn. Before we do, though, I want to mention one thing here. This is where our brave exobiologist, or xenobiologist, sorry, she died right here. When she died there, I was supposed to place a Germinator. There is already one there, and according to the rules, if you're to try to place a Germinator where there already is one, you do not place anything. So that's why I didn't place anything when I did there, but I should have at least mentioned what was going on. We'll flip our CSS token and see what it is. It is no launch. I think we knew that. We're going to move this up 1 to there. We are going to go past the threshold, meaning 3 now has no power in it, which is too bad because I kind of needed it to. We'll move on to fire damage because there really isn't anything left. We're going to take our fire damage, and we're also going to do our remove noise, which means we'll be able to remove this one and the other ones around where our xenobiologist used to be because, well, she's not there anymore. The bottom is going to stay the same because, of course, we don't have power to that system anymore. Another thing I do have to do is I have to take this away. I have to replace that with a mycelium. As soon as you discover the nest, according to the way this species work, the mycelium go in there. Mycelium can't be killed. So once they're on the board, that's bad news. We'll draw our next event card, and nothing can be really worse than that card. That card was absolutely terrible. Let's see what we have here. We have blue screen. Place a malfunction marker in the explored room with the lowest room number that has a computer and is in a section with power. Then we'll remove this event from the game, reshuffle the event deck, including the discard pile. I don't want this back in the deck. I don't want that back in the deck. We're going to send some spores down 1, and we're going to uptick all of our purples. The lowest number without a malfunction is going to be this one right here, number 10. At this point, we're going to start placing some spores. I only have 4 I can place, and we're going to start, I guess we'll start right here, but sadly over there already has one. So, actually what we're going to do is we're going to start from the top. We'll start here. This going up to there is going to be placing down our last green Germinator. We'll remove that. Then we're going to place this token over here because it's coming down 1. That's all we're going to do up in this section. This is going to be really bad, really fast. I don't even know if we're going to last through this turn. Moving into the second area, if we look here, we've got a 1 going there. I'll place 1 right here. We have a purple one coming down here. Now, I don't have any more Germinators I can place, so now we're placing out these myceliums. This is absolutely terrible. We have another one coming this way where I'm going to have to put a germinator. That's not going to happen. There goes a mycelium. We've got a one right here. These aren't going to matter. This one is going to matter. It's coming down here. Another mycelium. That's awesome. And I think I'm running out here. Only got 2 left. I don't know how we're going to do this. We've got another one coming this way. It's going to turn into mycelium. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Oh my guys are good. I only have 1 left. I bet I don't make it. I will uptick this to a 2. Because that's the ones we're flipping up, is the purple ones. We'll upflip this to a 2 as well. And we're going to look here. I've got a 1 coming this way, but it's already got a germinator there. We're going to move a 1 this way. I'm going to put a spore token over here. The fire's actually saving me. This isn't going to do anything, not going to do anything. This mycelium right here is going to spread spores this way. So I'm going to put 1 right here. And this one's going the corner. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we survived. I got 1 of these left. I can't even believe it. At this point, our hacker's just going to shuffle up his deck and grab 5 new cards here. Oh man, I don't think he's got a chance. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's interesting how well I thought I was doing, but just seeing how fast those things, once they start going, it is just exponential, man. I should have started actually taking out those germinators, but I didn't think it was really that big of a deal. I could have even punched them. It wouldn't have been that big a deal. They don't fight back. I shouldn't say they don't fight back. You still get a contamination card when you try to melee attack one of these things right here, but they don't give you serious wounds or anything like that if you miss. And they actually get hit on the creeper symbol. So there are, or on the larva symbol. So there are, or is it the creeper symbol? It is the creeper symbol. There are a couple of them on there, but I mean, the only way you'd miss them is if you roll that. So I could have been actually taking some of these out, and that would have been beneficial. I didn't realize how fast this spreads. I've never played these group before, and they're really cool. I really enjoy playing them, but I think we're going down here in a blaze of glory. I'm going to just start running. I'm going to grab a rest card. We're going to move over to here. That's going to be our plan. Let's see what we found. We have found the cave entrance. Oh my gosh, that might actually help us out here. Nope, doesn't help us out at all. We're going to move up here. We're going to see what happened to it. It is, oh, of course, there's a danger symbol. Things couldn't get worse. Now there's noise everywhere. We'll place 1 right here and right here. Totally fine. We have, oh, I have to spend 2 action cards. I'm going to use that one and a demolition card. Sure, why not? Let's see what we can do next. I need to try to heal that wound is what I need to try to do, but these don't give me any medical. So we're going to continue walking. I'm going to say if it works for me, let's go ahead and use that to move. We're just going to use all these to move, I think. Let's roll up our die now and see about our noise. It couldn't be any good. Okay, we're going to go over here. Then we'll go and use our master plan. I'm going to use the master plan to move back up into our decontamination room. I'm almost to the laboratory. We might at least be able to uncover our final weakness here if I can study that egg. I have to roll for noise now as I come into this room. We got a 1. I'll place a noise marker exactly where we're going, which is awesome. And I have 1 more card left. I could move up to the laboratory and just take a light wound, not the end of the world. And then next turn, hopefully we get our repairs card to be able to fix that if we want to. And I do have my recharge card as well, but I haven't had to use it yet. And I was hoping to save it. But I think we will use it to move up to, or I have my search card. I could use that to search in here and then move. Let's do that. I'm going to search with my search card right here. I'm going to look for medical supplies. Maybe we can dress our serious wound. That would be good. I got research document, gain 1 knowledge. For each discovered weakness, I get 2 research. That'd be really good. Oh, there's a med kit. We're going to use that. And I'm just going to use my recharge on the med kit right now. And we'll be able to use that to dress this knee wound. This is ridiculous. Now I can move a little bit faster, though I think I've not been moving fast enough to begin with. Anyway, that's going to be the end of his turn. He's got no more cards he can play. He is now passing. We'll move our turn marker up to 4 and move on. There's no place that I'm going to be removing light from. No attacks are going to be made. I'm just going to remove this spore token from the area with fire, and I believe that's all that's going to happen when it comes to the fire step. Unless this card says, congratulations, nothing happens this turn, I think we're about to lose. Let's see what this says right here. Oh, I already see a double green growing. That's going to be really, really good for us. Let's see. It says mycelium. Oh no, there's a lot of them already on the board. Let's see what it says. It says place a malfunction marker in each room with a mycelium marker, and then place a spore marker in each room neighboring a room with a mycelium marker. Yep, that's it. We're not getting through this. Here's a giant panned out view of the board. I just wanted to show you how cool this looks after an end of a game of Nemesis, because I'll be upticking all of these by 2, so they're going to go off the board. This one's at 2. It's going to have a mycelium token. This one's going to go off a mycelium token. Another one there, another one there. There's going to be 5 I have to place out on the board. Then I have to place spore tokens and wherever malfunction tokens. It's just going to be an absolute fungus party over here. This was awesome. awesome. These guys are really super cool. I really enjoy this intruder race. I have to admit, Awakened Realms knocks it out of the park when it comes to creating different and unique ways to play Nemesis. Our poor xenobiologist, she died, but our hacker here, he got so close to actually getting up there where he could have done his action to get that last weakness exposed, and then he could have potentially gotten out of there, even though he didn't complete the other objective that we had to. But there you go. That is the board after playing Nemesis against our next, or the expansion race here called the Chytrids, I think. At least that's how I'm pronouncing it. Actually, I probably pronounced it 3 different ways by the time we finish this game. And there you have it. That is Nemesis Lockdown. We tried a couple new characters, the hacker and the xenobiologist. Both of them were pretty cool. I really dig the xenobiologist. That one's really fun. We have only 2 characters left to play, and I think we're going to try the other map this time so we can see how those characters perform in Lockdown. Hopefully they do better than these characters did in Lockdown. I mean, like I said before, super enjoying this intruder race. That's fantastic. And now I'm going to decide which one we're going to play at the against in the final one on this map, on the other side of the map. Then we're going to try that campaign. I want to really experience Lockdown for everything it has. I want to try all the characters. I want to play all the different sides of the map, all the different intruders, and then we're going to try that campaign. I think this is going to be really awesome. They do a great job with this game. It is one of my favorites, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the next playthrough of Lockdown comes out. Also, please feel free to join my Patreon. The link is in the description below, where you can help decide what we paint, what we play, and who we play with. Those are just some of the great features I have in my Patreon. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. What do you think of this intruder race? These guys are awesome. Mental note, don't leave these on the board at all. Go take them out as fast as you can. And also, fire is your friend. I found out in this scenario exactly. We need to get more fire onto the board. I should have been shooting more with the flamethrower to cause hopefully more fire on the board, because spores don't like fire. It kind of makes sense. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see if our characters can survive the other side of the map in Lockdown and anything else on my channel, then I need you to meet me at the table.